way and they follow the trail. We stay ballin' daily like Caleb Jarrell.
Keep it on the low.
I don't know about y'all, but like being somebody that's hard on yourself, it's like you tend to overlook the progress that you have made. So it's like you continue to go goal from goal without slowing down and like thinking back, like, where was you at last year? Like, that'd be the main thing. Is like, when it comes to your physical, what was you doing last year? Or not even just a year ago, a couple weeks ago, a couple months ago. It's like, you don't look back and take the time to think about how far you pretty much came and how you got better. Like, when it comes to your physical, or I speak in my case, so like last year, when it came to my physical, I was pretty much on the same thing, I ain't gonna lie. Don't get me wrong, like you can slack every now and then you pick back up on yourself. But when I think about a couple years ago, I was in a position to where I couldn't even do nothing for myself. Like, might as well call me handicapped for like half a year. Like, I couldn't do nothing for myself. So it's like, that's progress. Then when it comes to spiritual, that's something that I'm working on right now. It's like spending time with God, seeking God, figuring out his voice, like knowing when to be obedient and feeling like you knowing exactly what you need to be doing. It's like, you might not get it perfect, but you progressing. So it's like you in a position to where you can see that you consistently getting better with reading the Bible, or consistently getting better with watching sermons and binging sermons, taking notes, you feel me? So it's like, you might not be exactly where you feel like you want to be, but you have made progress. So you gotta like use that progress that you get and seeing, and actually like use that as the fuel to keep you going. Keep in the back of your mind, like, dang, this time last year, this time a couple months ago, I wasn't even doing this. So it's like, you're not gonna instantly get the gratification that you want or be where you wanna be. But be content in the situation that you're in, you feel me? Because you are growing. It might take a little bit more time, but from where you are from here to now, it's like you've made these little steps to get to where you're going. You feel me? So that's when it comes down to like just taking time to slow down and think about where you're going and where you've been, and also keeping the goal that's on your mind. But it's also like staying on yourself to a point where it's like you won't let yourself settle until you get to where like you feel like you need to be going and the will that you're supposed to be doing and your purpose, you feel me? So you gotta limit your distractions. You gotta figure out what's causing you to slow down, what's causing you to get off track and go this way when you need to be just straight in a narrow path, you feel me? So sometimes they can be the people that you're around. Sometimes they can be some of the females that you might be kicking with. Sometimes they could be some of the things that you allow to occupy your extra time. So it's like, if you got goals and things that you know you're supposed to be doing, then you gotta be working towards them consistently on a daily basis. Like, and I feel like little disciplines play into part with that. And when I say little, it's like working out, you feel me? I got my pull-up bar right here. One thing that I started back doing is just doing 100 pull-ups every day, doing 100 to 200 sit-ups every day. As soon as I wake up, I got my, it's in the other room, but as soon as I wake up, I got my Bible and I got my notebook. I wake up, I'm on a series of a sermon that I'm watching, binging them, taking notes. As soon as I get done, come in here, hit the pull-ups, hit the push-ups, hit the sit-ups, all that. Then I go to the gym, do my cardio, which is what I'm gonna do in a few minutes. But I just had to make this video because it was on my mind or whatever. But you just gotta put in little disciplines. I don't care if it come down to washing dishes, if it come down to doing your laundry, you feel me? Go ahead and knock it out now. That way it's like them little disciplines will play into part in the stuff that you actually like want to do in your life and need to be doing in your life, like the bigger things. So it's like, you got to be detailed with the little things so the big things can have detail and structure to them too. And you'll start to see that it's like easier for you to get up and take care of the things that you need to be doing. So with that being said, it's like, don't overlook your process. Don't overlook your progress. Don't overlook where you came from. Don't forget about the past, but don't dwell on it also. Remember, like, take your W's and take your L's, but use the L's as fuel. You're not gonna get everything perfect. And that's something that I gotta tell myself every day. That's something that my mom always used to be on me about, was you're not gonna be perfect, but look where you was just at. Look what you was just doing, you feel me? Your whole life didn't hit a 360. Sometimes that might mean that you gotta get on your own and get away from what's not conducive to what you need to be doing and where you going, you feel me? Like in my situation, I got approved for my first apartment, a 2-bedroom, right before my birthday, right before I turned 20. So yeah, it might be a long road or a long journey, and you might be alone sometimes, you might feel lonely, but it's like you lock in more. Like I'm in a position to where I can work on myself consistently and not have a whole lot of noise outside of me. And I can allow the stuff that I want to, you feel me, come into play and come into my life and control what I got going on. I'm not under nobody else's rules and everything. So it's like, not that I just be wilding out or whatever. It's just, for one, it's peaceful. Two, it's like, everything is how I want it to be. So sometimes you gotta make that sacrifice. Sometimes you gotta work longer hours if you wanna do more and make more. Sometimes you might have to sacrifice some sleep. Sometimes you might have to sacrifice going out or buying certain things, you feel me? It just come into play about like how much you want and how bad you want it and what you gotta do to get there. So make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, all that. I'm gonna tap back in with y'all with the next video.
Another day goes by, another million tears. I don't wanna cry no more. I don't wanna cry, I don't wanna cry no more. I don't wanna cry, I don't wanna cry no more. Question if I really love myself. Do my best with the hand I'm dealt. Hard times take a toll on me, let the small take a